because I thought of communism as an interloper on the scene. It was a system that wasn't devised and formalized until the late 1800s, and I didn't see it as part of what you might describe as organic development. There's no mythology, so to speak, at the basis of the communist perspective. And one of the things that's very interesting is that although those ideas were roundly defeated by the end of the 20th century, they're making a comeback so rapidly that it's almost unbelievable. You know, I got an email from a medical student yesterday at the University of Toronto, and now the courses that they have to take, the mandatory, these are social justice courses, include modules on equity, and equity is equality of outcome. They're pushing, people are having the equality of outcome notion pushed on them in mandatory training in universities everywhere again. And equity isn't equality of opportunity, it's equality of outcome. You know, that was the central dictum of the communist states in the 20th century. It's like, what the hell? How did we get back to that again already? So, and the idea being is that if there isn't absolute equality of outcome within an organization, that the thing is corrupt and needs to be restructured from the bottom up. And then the question, of course, is who decides that outcomes are equal, by what means and with what groups? Because you can produce an infinite number of groups of people with equally validly in some sense, and you're never going to get equality of outcome across the infinite number of ways that you can parse up society into groups. It's not even technically possible unless everyone has nothing. So anyways, these are obviously very powerful ideas, and the mere fact that they killed 100 million people already or more in the 20th century wasn't enough to put them to rest. Solzhenitsyn documented the absolute horrors of equity-predicated Soviet society, you know, and we don't learn about that, right? This I don't understand, is that what happened in the 20th century on the radical left end of the spectrum is not well documented. Students don't learn about it. Why the hell is that? We learn about World War II, we learn about what happened in the Holocaust, and fair enough, we absolutely should. But nobody knows. It's a mystery to everyone when I talk about what happened in the Soviet Union, and that's absolutely appalling. And that's to say nothing about what happened in China, which was equally horrible. The system didn't work. It was predicated on the wrong values, unless you think that that sort of thing means worked, you know, because you have to define that as well. But it collapsed under its own weight after it killed tens of millions of people. That doesn't really, and still, it's not like Russia has recovered. It doesn't seem to me like that's a very good definition of worked. Now, whatever we're doing in the West seems to work for all of its flaws. And the question is, are we just deceiving ourselves? Is it just arbitrary power politics and opinion? Or is there something at the bottom of it?